Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you know, we've been going through a series of exploring the different pathways to relocating to Canada, and my very good friend Debby has been so kind to give us that information. You can go back to watch the last video we did, which was on the express entry pathway. And today we are going to be talking about the Provincial Nomination Program. I think that this otherwise known as PNP, by the way. But I think that it confuses a lot of people. PNP, so people will be like, okay, if I do PNP, does that mean that I should not be in the pool? People get confused. So can you just tell us a summarized version of what the Provincial Nomination Program is all about?
Okay. So the Provincial Nomination Program is majorly, in summary, when a province, to break what a province is, a state, for example, if you're in Nigeria, when a state or a province decides to give you invitation to come to them, instead as to the federal skilled program, which is the federal government of Canada inviting you to come. So the major difference to as well is that when you get the federal skilled invitation, for example, you can decide where to go.
Anywhere you want to go.
So I can decide, I'm going to go and live in BC, I want to live in Ontario. However, PNP, once the province, reaches out to you to say, come to my province, you have to go there. So it's the state or the province inviting you to come to them because they have seen that your application has what they want in their province or what they are short of.
What they need, like a career that they need. Okay, so does this still boil down to what you told us in the last video, that for you to be eligible for this provincial nomination, do you have to be in the pool?
Yes, you have to be in the pool because that's where they see you from, to invite you. So if you're not in the pool, you won't be seen. So the first step is be in the pool, whether you're looking at federal or provincial, just sit in the pool. The first thing is put yourself in the pool. Then when you are in the pool, you stand a better chance to be seen by provinces who are looking for international professionals to come into their province and, be there for them. Because what we have realized is that so many provinces, need some specific type of careers. So a province might need some set of people to come. So if you are that type or your profile in the pool reflects that you have those skills, then they will reach out to you.
So I guess my next question is, if someone is looking to exploring this pathway now, provincial nomination, they are in the pool, they've sat down in the pool, like you said, what is the next step? What should they do?
So it depends on how desperate they are. So because a lot of people will say, I've been in the pool, I got, provincial nomination in 6 months. I have a friend that got provincial nomination a day to when her profile was to expire. She had given up. So she was just like, she called me a day before, my profile is expiring tomorrow. Do Canada. I've done Canada a whole 1 year of my life. And then she spoke to me, went to bed and woke up on the day that it was to expire, and she got Ontario PNP. She's in Ontario now. She's in Ontario now. So it depends on how desperate you are. So you have the option of sitting in the pool and praying to whatever God you serve to turn the lights on your head. But if that doesn't happen, for them to see you. But if that doesn't happen, I advise, my clients, after 4 months, begin to shoot your shot. Begin to shoot your shot, because there are provinces that are looking for maybe what you are, have. So first is to determine those provinces.
So you need to do your own research.
You have to do your research. You have to do your research. So when clients reach out to us and they tell me what their, background is, what we do is begin to research into provinces that are looking for example, maybe accountants. So we begin to look for provinces that are looking for accountants, which do a bit of research into the NOC code.
NOC.
NOC, right? Yes. The NOC code that, different provinces have been calling in the past maybe 4 months. So this is from the professional point of view. So we look at it and see Ontario called this one. They called this one. They called this one. So how do you fit into what they've been calling in the past 4 to 6 months?
Wow.
You understand? So when you see that, I know of people who they have done a bit of restructuring of their profile or to fit into what is being expected. I'm not saying go and
fraudulently.
No. So for how the NOC codes are.
Yeah.
They are you have a lot that are very similar. A lot that are very similar. So sometimes it's very difficult to even know which one you fall under. Especially this is for Nigerians. We do a lot of duties in one role in Nigeria. So there was a client I was working on a profile recently, and she was trying to get into the pool and she called me for some advice and all of that. And we realized that we spent over 2 hours trying to get the exact NOC
code for her.
Because she had done so many things in the past 5 years, and she could fit into, when we choose this one, okay, you qualify for this one, but this is not what, this is not the main thing you do. So it's very difficult. So in situations like that, you might find yourself having to, make a little adjustment here and there to reflect what your duties are that might be able to, because Canada is very specialized. If you are doing this, this is what you're doing. There's no, I'm doing compliance. I'm the same person that is doing compliance is doing something else. So in those situations, you see that maybe compliance is what they called last. And you have experience in compliance. Go and make compliance work. Yes. Switch your NOC to compliance because you have experience in compliance. And you can claim that you have that and it can be, verified. So that's it. So that's the way it works. Either of that, when you're doing your research, look into what they've been calling of late and try to see if you can, fit yourself into those. If you can't, look for other provinces that maybe are calling what you already,
already have.
Yes. And then you will know that that province is a province I can target.
So now, after doing this research work, you found out, these provinces, it seems they are looking for my skill set or my career field. So the next step is to apply. To apply
to them directly.
Instead of waiting, right?
Yes, instead of waiting. But unfortunately, we have some provinces in Canada that you can apply directly to. But most of them you can. But we have a few provinces you can apply directly to. You can apply to Alberta, for example.
They go and pick.
They pick themselves. So you have to, in that situation is totally different. You have to target your application to be seen by them. So, but if you happen to get provinces that you can apply to directly, that's immediately apply to them.
Can you apply to more than one province?
Yes, you can. You can apply to SACS, apply to Ontario, apply as long as you have the money.
The money. What does the money mean?
So they have application fee. Some of them have application fee.
I didn't know that.
Some of them have application fee. Some are free. Some have application fee.
Oh wow.
Yes. So if you have the money, they are not too bad. 500, 490
Canadian dollars.
Yes. So if you have the money to shoot your shots in 2, 3, 4 places, by all means, do that. So ensure that your profile is well, put together. Because once you submit your application to the province, they are definitely going to look
at it.
Yes. So ensure that you have everything going for you already by the time you submit the application. Because once you submit the application, for some, it takes them, 30 days, below 30 days to respond to you. Yes. To respond to your expression of, interest. So you just have to be ready at the time you apply. So if you know you are not ready, you don't. And one thing again, for PNP is that the requirements are a bit rigid.
Okay.
So unlike, we'll say federal skilled worker is not as rigid. Is as long as you submit your requirements, they see that okay, you're not lying, all of that. PNP do the extra. They do the extra. So that's why, let's take for example your proof of funds.
Okay.
Proof of funds is, once you get your invitation to apply, you are supposed to submit some documents.
Yeah.
And to the government. Proof of funds is part of that. That's the money that you are required to have in your account to show that you can take care of yourself when you come to Canada.
Okay.
The federal skilled worker would allow you to submit 4 to 6 months, even if that 4 months start after you've gotten or maybe 1 month before you've gotten your
invitation to apply.
But for PNP, you must have had that money 3 months before you got your ITA.
Oh, before you got ITA?
Yes, so before you are invited. That money must have been sitting in your account for 3 months. So it means that from the start of you entering into the pool and you have in your mind that I'm doing PNP, you must have
your money aside.
Been setting the money aside. Because once the invitation comes, your money cannot start counting from that, even though you have maybe 60 days or whatever. So they are more, and they will verify. They will verify all your documents, everything. So we have a lot of people who got PNP invitations but couldn't go because it was rejected. So for PNP, it doesn't mean that because you were called, even for those that were called from the pool, they are the ones that sometimes don't even get it.
Wow.
So they will submit all their documents and at the end of the day, it's a rejection. So the best thing you can do for yourself is look into that province you are applying.
Okay.
And look at what they require before you apply. They always have their requirements on their website. They always, if you go to SASK, it's always stated there. SIMP2, always stated, you will know what you are supposed to get. So you get that. Once you know you have all this there, then you can now apply. Because if not, their own is very strict because they know it's more intimate. You are coming to my province. So we need to be sure that everything you are, because for example, federal skilled worker, you can go anywhere. It's nobody's, you can decide to go to
any province.
Anybody. I mean, you are the problem of the federal government. That's on them. But if we are giving you invitation to come to our province, we have to be certain that you are the right person and you are actually, everything you said you have or the skills you said you have is actually what you have.
Wow.
So,
wow. But what would you say from your experience was like will I say quote and unquote, like the success rates of people that
a lot of people get it. A lot of people get it. A lot of people get it. But sometimes things that affect is, for example, majorly proof of funds.
Wow. Okay.
Because mostly we just jump into things without, counting our steps. So, they say we should go and apply. I've applied directly. Do you have proof of funds? No. God will do it. God will, no, that's the slogan. It is well. When we get it to the bridge, we'll cross it. No, it doesn't work that way. It might work for you, for FSW like that. God will do it. But when it comes to PNP, God is not going to do it. You understand? You have to do it yourself. God blesses your efforts, and puts, so make moves first. Yeah. So that's the thing. The success rate is very high. And PNP is not, age does not come to play with PNP.
I was going to say that.
I have someone that I know that most of the people I know with PNP in Canada are in their 50s.
I know someone in her 40s that just
45, landed. 48. So, it's something you can explore. So if you have one uncle that is tired of Nigeria, for example, and he's been saying other countries, and he's been saying that, I just need to come to Canada. I need to leave. I need to leave. I need to explore somewhere else. And they have a lot, because when you are at that age, let me point out something.
Okay.
What stands you out with PNP is the wealth of your experience.
Wow. Okay.
Is the wealth of your experience. So at that age, at 45, We're talking about 10 years, 12 years
that
of
you've
experience.
been working at least.
Most of them are already managers, team lead, directors. So
That's
they consider them experts already in that field.
Okay.
So if a particular province says, I'm looking for an accountant, you understand? And someone is in a country as an accountant who has 14 years of experience, has done all the certifications, is the director, you know, everything, he has everything intact. Once the person sits in the pool and they see the wealth of experience that person has, the person is going to get, automatically going to get invitation from the province to come. Because those are the set of people they are looking out for, the wealth of your experience. So the age doesn't come to play.
Wow.
It's just what you put, how you know, package your application. And that's it. And as long as everything you're submitting is, you know,
Can be verified.
Can be verified. And another assumption for PNP is that once you have that wealth of experience, you're okay. There's money. You have a level of, you know, financial stability.
Right.
So they know bringing you in, you are not going to be a liability. You're just coming. We just need your expertise. You come in and that's it. And most of those people that come in when they're 45, 50, they boost the economy. They come in with a lot of money. I have somebody who is in Ontario that when he was landing with PNP, bought a house cash down.
Wow.
In Ontario. He was like, what? How much is the house? How much is that? He bought it cash down. And I know him. So he's in Ontario there. So he moved his entire family. He's not even, he started a business.
In Ontario?
In Ontario. Started a business, bought a house, was living there. He said, they don't want to give me credit card. I'm coming in with cash because he retired from Nigeria. And he got his retirement fund and came in. So age is not...
So all hope is not lost when it comes, because I know lots of people, they get discouraged.
They do.
Because of their age.
Yeah.
They're like, where do I want to start from? I'm 45. I've been working in this. I've been working in that. Where do I want to start from? I heard, and that brings us to the misconception again.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I heard that if I'm not below 30, I cannot come to Canada. So I hope that you guys have found this information. I wanted to ask another question, two more questions regarding the PNP. When you come in with PNP, because I don't want people to come under like a misconception, does it guarantee you, because people will be like, oh, you said that the careers they are looking for. Does it guarantee that when you land in the province, a job is waiting for you?
No.
You know, some people will have that idea like, oh, they need my career in this province. Does it guarantee that when you get there, there is a job waiting for you? Or you still have to do the norm?
You have to do the norm.
Looking for a job and all of that stuff,
You have to do the norm. No one is going to, no job is waiting for you, except you are coming in through the work permit. Okay. So no job is waiting for you. So you come in, they expect you, because the reason why they gave you that invitation is because they expect you to work in that field. But a lot of people come in and they don't even work in the field.
And is that a must?
It's not a must. Okay. You must not work in the field.
Okay.
But, you know, they have a shortage in that field. That's why they are
bringing you.
So, but it doesn't mean for wherever country you're coming from, you have the, you know, maybe the regulate, especially when it's a regulated profession. You know, you have the regulations and everything that guard your profession there. Okay. It's different here. Yeah. So you have to come in, try to, you know, do all the transitioning and the exams you need to do now be qualified. But one thing you should always know, that the wealth of your experience is still there and can still be, you know, claimed. But you still have to make yourself relevant in that field in Canada. But if you are not in a regulated profession, of course, you can just start looking for a job immediately. And then, you know, but you might not get the level you were. When you have to now work yourself up. But the good thing about it is that as long as you prove yourself, you would definitely climb the ladder fast. So that's it. Also, another thing I also want to mention is there are some provinces that do not, you can apply to them. So you can just target your application. Like, for example, Alberta. You can target your application in the pool to be, you know, to stand a better chance. So, like I said, for example, Alberta is big on, you know, tech-related careers. So, for example, I think they even have a provincial nomination pathway for tech. Yeah. So, for tech. So, you can explore that. If you have any tech-related experience, explore that. And what you can do is just ensure that your work experience and everything you've written in your pool application reflects the wealth of your knowledge in tech.
Okay.
And then another thing that stands out too for Alberta, especially from 2023, is that if you have a relative here in Alberta, you will stand a better chance. Wow. So if you know, we said it when we were doing the FSW, that when you have a relative, it gives you 15 points. If your relative is living in Alberta. Is your relative is living in Alberta, and the person is probably a permanent resident, a citizen, and the person's address is in Alberta. You put that into the system, it automatically makes your profile stand a chance to be called. Tech, you have a family living in Alberta, it would automatically make you stand a high chance. So that's a way of targeting your profile to suit a particular province. Okay. And for them to, that's for provinces that do not allow you to apply to them directly. But after targeting and you see the province and the province has an apply button, hit the apply button and pay the application fee.
Okay. So when you get provincial nomination, you apply to it and you get accepted. Does that do so? Now this person everybody has been in the pool, right?
Yeah.
Does that now, because I see something like it's now give you like,
okay,
can you explain what I'm saying?
So I also wanted to mention that also, when, don't be discouraged. For example, if you say, okay, now I think I can explore the PNP pathway. Okay. And then you don't have a master's. Okay. You don't have all of these things, and you enter the pool, maybe by just your undergraduate, and you see that your score is 401. Okay. And you're not like, why is my score like? Because I have a lot of people saying I've entered the pool, I'm 300 and something. If your target is PNP, it doesn't matter what your score is. Your point is in the pool. Okay. The major thing is sit in the pool and begin to, find your shoot your shot. Shoot your shot. Okay. You understand? Shoot your shot. That's it. So don't be bothered about what your cumulative points come to when you are in the pool. Those that should be bothered about that are those that are looking for FSW invitation. Okay. Those are the people that should be bothered. Oh, they called 490 something. I must be in 490 something. You don't bother yourself with that. Yours is provincial nomination, because once you apply and you get invitation from the province, they approve your application. They say, we want you. We are going to send you invitation. They send you invitation to apply. Okay. You get automatic. Once you accept that invitation, because they will give you the choice, accept or reject. Okay. Once you accept the invitation, you automatically have 600 points. Wow. So if they call 490 something, add even if you have 100 in the pool, which is not possible, and you add 600 to that 100, that's 700. So automatically from the next draw, you are taken. So that's the way it works. So don't bother yourself about what you have and what you don't have. As long as you are eligible to enter the pool and you have sat down there, that's it. Just target it. Immediately you get PNP, you get 600 points. Wow. And you will even go way higher than people that are even. Okay. So when you then come into Canada and you came in through Provincial Nomination Program, is there a minimum duration of time you must stay in that province? I think it's 3 years. Yeah. Okay. I think you have to stay there. So you cannot leave. You can only leave on one instance. And the instance is if you claim that you did not get a job. Okay. And I think that's after a particular period of time. I think 6 months or something. And you will not even want to do it, because they will do a lot of verification to see how well you have applied, the options you have explored. So the best thing is just sit down. So in the province, sit down there, because the period of time that is, they helped your life, help them. Right, that's true. Okay, so is there any other thing regarding PNP that you think people should know about? For PNP, you have to have the mental, emotional capacity, and it's draining. It's draining. Like, it's because one thing I advise clients, especially people who come through us, I tell them, once you are doing PNP and you are not ready to maybe shoot your shot directly, even if you are ready, there is no certainty. Okay. It's not like FSW that you will say, if you get to this point, it will drop. It will drop. It will drop. Definitely. If I'm in this window within the next 6 months, I will get. You can predict it.
Yeah.
But when it comes to PNP, a lot of people have sat in the pool for 1 year and their profile expired. Some shot their shot directly. It was rejection. We're sorry, even though, you know, it is what it is. So, but would you, because you might get a rejection, not try?
Not try at all.
The best thing is to try. You understand? Try. Try and see, you know, let's see. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, you've tried. Because at the end of the day, how much are you going to spend to just sit in the pool?
That's true.
How much are you going to, you do your ECA, how much is ECA? You know, how much are you going to spend to just sit in the, at the end of the day, like I said, you know, earlier, permanent residency is the goal. And then it puts you in a status that you get a lot of benefits from. So if this is what would make you try, why not just try and see if it works? You understand? You don't know which. And spread your tent, like we said already, spread your tent, apply to as much the provinces you want to apply to, and see if, and also target your application. Try as much as possible to look out for provinces who are in need of what your skill set. Like, for example, if you're in the health, look out for provinces that are looking for nurses, looking for health support, physicians. Doctors, even for health now, it's so broad that there are a lot of pathways you can, healthcare worker, personal support worker, caregiver. It's a lot, even Ontario, a lot where you can explore for healthcare, you know, if you have any background in health. So just try as much as possible to put yourself in a way that you can be seen.
Yeah. So I think another thing I've learned before we wrap up this video is that with this PNP, you have to be ready to do the research work.
Yes, you have to.
Like you have to be. Not that you just sit down in the pool and be waiting.
No, you have
except you are
using
a license or a licensed immigration consultant.
Yes.
Okay. But research is needed.
Research is needed.
Okay. All right, guys. I hope that you got, I mean, this was a really loaded video, I think. Thank you so much, Debby, for that. So I hope that you got, I'm going to drop the links to the provinces. Debby will send it to me, and then we're going to drop that in the description box so that at least you can have a little bit of an inkling as to how you can apply for Provincial Nomination Program. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. And if you're interested in what we have left, you can subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell. Thank you so much, and see you next time in this series. Bye. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I trust that you found that information. I trust that you found that video very, very informative. So just to point out, guys, that if you want a more personalized consultation that will be specific to your own situation, your own career, and your own goals, you can reach out to Debby. Remember, Debby is a representative of Caulfield Consult, and she also works in partnership with licensed immigration consultants here in Canada. So I'm going to put our website on the screen, and I'm also going to put our email address, okay? If that is something that you are interested in, please reach out to her via email, and then you will be put in contact with the licensed immigration consultants that she is in partnership with. Okay, so I hope that you find that very, very helpful. Thank you so much once again.